everyone. I want to talk about something that can destroy our relationships that most of us don't actually think about or consider until usually when we're already broken up and we're on the journey of healing our hearts. But what if we can look out for this now, prevent it now, and nourish ourselves in such a way that the relationship doesn't have to be destroyed, it's actually enhanced? Here's what I'm talking about: the vital need to self-source our happiness and joy. Now, what does that mean? I shared this recently on my Instagram, and I did get a comment that shared that, but humans are social beings and we need others, and it's okay if others make us happy. And I was like, I hear you. People make me very happy. My relationships are actually one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in my life. Connections and how harmonious they are. The value that I receive from my relationships is beyond anything, which is why I'm even on here talking about relationships and why my work revolves around creating harmonious relationships. So yes, we are human social creatures. We actually need, for our mental, emotional, and I believe spiritual and physical health, connections with others to create healthy attachments, not toxic or unhealthy attachments. But there is something that can happen when we get in relationship that really diminishes the health of that relationship and its longevity. And that is making the other person responsible for our happiness. So here's how it usually goes. We are happy, magnetic, we attract this person into our lives, we're in our own lane, however it is that this person comes into our lives. We are in generally a state of happiness. We don't generally attract people into our lives when we're feeling really depressed and sad. It's not to say that you can never feel sad. It just means that there's some level of empowerment and happiness that was sparked in the beginning of the relationship that allowed that person to really want to come toward you. Happiness is infectious. It's attractive. And because that person magnifies that happiness, it enhances it. You want to share your happiness with them. And when you share something, it usually expands more. It becomes a shared experience. We can start to, after some time, make that person responsible for our happiness, as if we have to source all of our happiness from them only. And that if we are not happy, they need to make us happy. If we are not feeling great, they need to make us feel great. Now, it's difficult because when we are sad, other people can make us feel happy, can make us feel better. That's great. But what I'm talking about is the unhealthy sourcing of your happiness from the other person. So much so that there can be anxiety created if that other person's mood is not okay, if they're distracted, if they're busy, if they're at work, if they're just doing their own thing, making themselves happy. And what tends to happen is we start to neglect our other relationships. We neglect the things that were making us happy, maybe exercise, other interests and hobbies, things we used to do. And after a while, it doesn't even feel joyful anymore. It just feels like there's a sense of lack. And so oftentimes neediness, clinging, looking to the other person, being hyper vigilant of their responses and reactions to you start to occur. And so you're living in more of an anxious state. Not only that, this unhealthy, strong attachment can often make you blind to things that might be red flags or not aligned for you or not healthy for you in this relationship. Or if that relationship ends for whatever reason, you feel like you have died. Now, of course, heartbreak is going to be hard, difficult, and it is a form of death. Something is ending, it is dying. But the intensity by which we feel all of those things in our relationship or at the end of the relationship can really be magnified. That pain, suffering, magnified, if somewhere along the way we forgot to make ourselves happy. We might actually create more distance in our relationship and with that person if we aren't making ourselves happy. if we're not doing the things that we were doing and only looking to them, not only does that person feel a lot of pressure and the clinginess and the overwhelm, and it's just like too much, but they might also not be as attracted to you. I said it, I know. Because it's not attractive. It's not attractive to be clingy. It's not attractive to be overly needy. It's not attractive to not make yourself happy and do things that you love. What is attractive? Radiance, joy, peace. Now, if you're in this state already, don't worry. It doesn't mean your relationship's going to fail. It just means you need to come back to you. And know that if you want to enhance your relationship, if things aren't going so well, it starts with you. Even if you think that they need to change this or do that or whatever changes you think that they need to make, remember, if they're responding to you, which most of the world is in response, reacting to how you're showing up many times, then if you shift how you show up, people have to adjust. Let them deal with you being happy and magnetic. Let them deal with you being happy and magnetic. Fill yourself up. Remember the things you used to do that made you happy before this relationship. Do them again. Find new things to do. Invest in yourself and your happiness, and then bring this to your partner and share it with them. Your joy is vital for your relationships. And beyond all of that, for a happy life. Because why do you want that person to show up in this way and create expectations for them and pressure for them? Why? Because you want to be happy. Well, cut that person out of the middle. Make yourself happy, and you won't be moving with so much pressure or expectation or anxiety. That gently dissolves naturally. There's so much more I can share about this, and I will in my upcoming 4-week live course for women. This is a 4-week course that starts on June 28th. And we meet for live online calls, as well as sending out masterclasses and some assignments and beautiful things to do together in a space where we all keep ourselves accountable for making ourselves so joyful. You are welcome to join us. I would love to have anyone there who feels really resonant with what I'm sharing. If you want to go deeper and you want to do this in person with me and a bunch of beautiful women, then come to my retreat in Bali this August 19th to the 24th. Retreats, online live programs, things where I get to connect to other people make me so happy. It's a form of my own self-care. Additional to that, when I see someone tap into their fullest expression, their joy, their empowerment, it is like the most gratifying and fulfilling feeling for me. So yes, it's totally selfish to give you these offerings, because I know the joy of this. I know the power of this, and I want others to feel it too. So all of the details for the live online course and the retreat are down in the caption.